In video number 20, we're going to be solving multi-step inequalities with negatives. We're going to be doing using the distributive property. We're going to be combining like terms. Okay. We're going to do variables on both sides. Just a quick review. The inequality rules that we've been using for this unit are to always have the variable on the left-hand side of the inequality. And then we can use the arrow trick to decide which way to graph, which way to shape the inequality. But the variable always has to be on the left-hand side to use that trick. Okay. And then the second set of rules is the sign flips. Okay, when you change sides of the inequality, you flip the sign. And when you multiply or divide by a negative number, we switch the inequality sign. So after reviewing those rules, let's go ahead and get started with our first problem. Okay. This is take out your homework sheet. It should say video 20 at the top. And let's look at number 1. Okay, we're not going to change the algebra when we solve it. The algebra is going to stay the same. We're going to distribute the 2, and we're going to add opposite. That's the first thing. Okay? Then we distribute the 2. So 2 times g is just 2g. And then 2 times -7 is -14. Okay, is greater than 16. Okay. We got to get rid of this term, so we're going to add 14 to both sides. Draw that line down the middle, and we're left with 2g is greater than 16 and 14 make 30, and then we're going to divide by 2, and we get g is greater than 15. So to do our graph, it's going to be an open circle at 15, and then we can do our arrow trick because our variable's on the left side, and it's going to be graph going to our right. Okay. Let's take a look here at problem number 2. Go ahead and copy it down, and then we're going to distribute. We're going to do -2 times 3. Remember to distribute to both terms, so that's going to be -6 plus -2t is less than -8. We got to cancel out our -6, so we add 6 to both sides, and we get these two cancel each other out. We end up with -2t is less than -8 plus 6 is -2. And then we're going to divide by -2. Dividing by a negative. If we divide by a negative, right here, we have to flip the sign. So these cancel out. We're left with t over here on the left. But here, because we're divided by -2, doesn't matter what this is. Okay, it's what's down here in the denominator. We got to flip our sign, and -2 divided by -2 is 1. So we go ahead and graph 1. It's going to be an open circle and going to our right. Okay. And number 3. Okay, number 3, we have variables on both sides. Well, the algebra stays the same. Okay, we're going to take a second and draw a line down the middle. Add opposites first. Now, we're going to go ahead and move our variable to the left, because that's where we want our variables on the left side of the inequalities. Okay, so we're going to add x to both sides, cancel out that term. Okay, to cancel out any term, we do add its opposite. So those cancel out, and over here, 4x plus x, combine those terms, we get 5x plus -3 is less than or equal to 2. I'm going to add my 3 to both sides to cancel this term. So we're going to end up with 5x over here is less than or equal to 2 and 3 make 5. And last, I divide by 5, and I get x is less than or equal to 1. So I graph 1, and then it's going to be a closed circle going to our left. Okay. So nothing algebra-wise has changed. The only thing we have to be concerned about is the inequality sign, when to flip it. Okay, since we didn't divide by a negative number, we divided by 5 here, we didn't have to flip the inequalities, the sign anyway. Okay, number 3, or number 4. Okay, number 4, we got variables on both sides, and we got a little bit of distributing. Okay, so we got to take care of that distributing before we do anything else. We got to take care of that multiplication problem here. Okay, so add its opposite. Okay, and let's distribute. This is going to be 6 plus, and 3 times negative b. It's going to be negative 3b. And then over here, we haven't changed anything. Okay, I want to move my variable to the left side. Okay, so because I want the variable on the left side to graph my inequality, so I'm going to do add 3b to both sides to cancel out this term here. So I'm left with 6 over here, and here I'm left with 11 plus 5b. Okay, and sign stays the same. I haven't flipped it, don't need to flip it. I'm going to add negative 11 to both sides, so plus negative 11. These two, that term cancels out. I'm left with 5b is less than or equal to, well, 6 plus negative 11. Different signs difference from our integer rules, and it's going to be negative 5. Okay, I'm going to divide by 5. Now, a lot of students flip the sign here, okay, because they say, hey, I got a negative over here, I need to flip the sign. No, we always check what we're dividing by. It doesn't matter what this number up here is. It's what's down here. It's a 5. It's positive. So I don't have to do a sign flip or sign change there. It stays the same. And it's going to be negative 1. Negative 5 divided by 5 is negative 1. Okay, so negative 1. It's a closed circle, and we're graphing going to the left. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do, the practice problems here at the bottom are very similar. I want you to go ahead and pause the video, do those practice problems at the bottom, unpause the video, and then you can check your answers. Here are the answers to those problems. Okay, take a minute to check over your work, make sure you got your answers correct, understand why the answer is up here the way it is. And if you can't figure it out, write it down as a question and then bring it to class tomorrow and I'll answer it. Thank you for taking time to do your homework tonight. We'll see you in class tomorrow.